Good evening. I want to talk to you today about how to keep employees happy. Now, in order to do this, three things need to occur. The first thing that needs to happen is we need to acknowledge employees for their hard work. The second thing that needs to happen is we need to reward our employees for their hard work. And the third thing that needs to happen is we need to remove constructive criticism. Now, here's what I'm talking about. Now, the reason you want to acknowledge employees for their hard work is because people don't have to actually come to work, okay? So your employees come to work by choice. So if you don't acknowledge them, for the hard work and like the dedication that they do and that they bring to your company or organization, your employee is going to get burned out. They're going to be like, ugh, another day at the office. Oh my God, I cannot wait, clock in at 7:45. I cannot wait to 3:30 to clock out to go home. My God, I can't wait to Friday. See, that's not what you want. You don't necessarily want your employees like livid to come to work. You want your employees to be happy to come to work because see, if your employees are happy, that means they're going to actually provide better customer service for your customers, not their customers, for your customers. So it is a great, great thing whenever you can acknowledge your employees for the phenomenal work that they have done or that they are doing in your company. Because again, people do not have to come to work, Now, unless it's like a legal obligation or something like that, where like you legally bound them to come to work for a certain day or a certain time or something like that, that's different. But other than that or whatnot, people come to work by choice. Yes, they may need, a little bit of, change, like money or something like that to, get their bills going. But there's 1,000 jobs out there. So I would advise to always acknowledge your employees for the hard work that they do. Like just like a thank you, like, hey Lopez, hey man, look, I really appreciate all the hard work you did on the Lorenzo computer project last week, man. Like, hey, you did a really good job. Or like, hey Lisa, thank you so much for getting all of those copies printed out. Like, oh my God, like we couldn't have done the project without you. Like little things like that, like little acknowledgments like that actually make your employees feel good because it makes them feel like a part of a team. And as humans, that's what we all want. As humans, we all want to feel and be a part of something. Why do you think there's so many Facebook groups and stuff like that out there? Like everybody wants to be a part of something. Everybody wants to belong in somewhere. And if you acknowledge your employees for the hard work and stuff like that they bring and do for your company, they're going to be like, man, you know what? My boss man or my boss lady or my boss, they really appreciate me, man. Like, I don't mind taking this 3-hour drive, to work, round trip. I don't mind this, like, because I love like my job. Like, I love it. This isn't a job. This is like a career. See, that's how you want your employees to be thinking and talking about your company like that. You want people to want to get the 401k with your company. You want people to die with your company, That's the kind of employees that you want. And if you acknowledge your employees, but you have to do this from the very beginning. Like, don't start acknowledging your employees like 18 months into their career. No. It's too late. Just like you don't teach a kid how to do something at 18. No, you teach a kid to do something when they're first born, so that way when they get 18, they'll know what time it is. And it's the same way with customers and whatnot. So you always, want to acknowledge your employees and everything, not customers, your employees or whatnot at the beginning of the relationship. So as soon as you hire them on to your company, and the first thing that you see them do that's amazing, acknowledge them on it. Be like, oh, hey, Monica, like, that's great. Like, keep up the good work. Like, I love to see this. Like, you're catching on really fast. Wow. Like, little things like that, keeps your employees happy and, wanting to come to work. Now, the next thing that we need to do, we need to reward our employees for their hard work. Now, reward can be something like a $25 Amazon gift card, a Visa gift card, a Rush card. It could even be like a $25 like expense card from like a food delivery service. So, just something like that you're actually showing your affection and you actually went out and actually bought something for your employees. But like everybody has to eat, so that's why I say like like a gift card or something like that. But but I definitely would recommend to always to reward your employees or whatnot, because most companies don't reward their employees. Think about it. Most companies don't. Think about it. Before you opened your company and the last company that you worked for, did that company actually reward you for your hard work? Now, if they did, that's fantastic. But if they did not reward you for your hard work, imagine how much more productive you would have been at that company had they had half of rewarded you for your hard work. So I recommend to always reward employees for all their hard work. Like I said, like, go down to like Pizza Hut or something like that. Like have like a pizza party. Like if multiple people are on your team and they're like killing it, like then have like some kind of big party, have like something where, like you can maybe get the whole team involved. Like that right there like builds like team leadership and stuff like that. And that's actually what you want. And you want your team to kind of interact together. So again, if you have multiple people killing it, then just throw a whole little party and reward all of your employees or whatnot for their hard work. But if you just have that one person who's killing it at the moment, then just do something personal for them, And at this point, you should kind of know something about your employees, because like they've been with you for XYZ amount of months, weeks, or days or whatnot. So you ought to know a little bit of something about them as their leader. You should know something about them. So if they're like, oh hey, like during the interview process, if you hear them say like, oh yeah, like I like dogs, then maybe reward them with maybe like a $25 gift card to like Petco or like PetSmart or something like that. So again, that goes back to you have to make sure you pay attention to what your employees are saying during the interview, because little things like that are kind of missed by most companies. So that can actually make you different and make you stand out from the crowd when you actually can remember like little minute things like that other people might think is silly. But I guarantee you, if you use those, your employees would be like, damn, you remember that? That was like 2 years ago damn. Wow, damn, Tony. So little things like that, keeps your employees want to come back, keeps your employees wanting to work hard for you. Now, the third thing here, and it's going to be the most important thing, is it's going to be remove constructive criticism from the equation. Now, constructive criticism is allegedly supposed to be constructive, but it's really not. Constructive criticism is only basically how you were brought up and your mindset and your mentality, and not necessarily the thoughts or views of the other person. So I recommend to not even, do any kind of constructive criticism, because when you constructively criticize, you're uplifting your employee, but then you're bringing them down to like a lower level. And nobody wants to be lifted and then brought down or whatnot. That's almost like you getting high or whatnot, and then like, you see police lights, you take off running, you going from chilling to 1,000 miles an hour, Nobody wants to be done like that. So never like boost your employees up by, constructively criticizing and then slicing them down. You don't want to do anything like that, because employees are too valuable for you to be actually playing with their emotions like that. I do not advise to do any kind of constructive criticism. I know maybe back in the day, the intent was to, growth and, help your employees grow and learn and stuff like that. But in today's time, constructive criticism needs to be thrown out the window like an old baseball. So, and again, I'm saying this to keep your employees happy, because that's the whole goal, is to keep your employees happy. The happier your employees are, it's going to be the happier your customers are going to be. And the happier your customers are, the happier your pocketbook is going to be. Now, lastly, why is all of this right here important? And the reason it is you want to acknowledge and, like I said, make sure you keep your employees happy. Because think about it. You don't know what your employees have to go through to come to work. Again, they don't have to actually come to work or whatnot. They have to work somewhere, to make money, but they don't have to work for you. Now, you don't know what this person has to go through. Maybe your employee had to catch 15 L trains and catch 8 buses and walk 2 miles to come to work. You never know what your employees have to go through to come to the office to actually make the money that you're actually paying them. You don't know what they're going through at home. You don't know what kind of stress they're going through. So it's best to actually, like I said, reward them, remove constructive criticism, and to acknowledge, because a lot of people in life don't get the acknowledgement that they deserve or whatnot. You know, maybe if you like a professional athlete or something like that, you know, you might get, you know, acknowledgement, or like, you know, you like some famous person or something like that, then yeah, you might get acknowledgement. But the general average person doesn't really get the acknowledgement that he, him, or her, they or them deserves. And just think about it. If you acknowledge, you know, your employees for the hard work that they do, even if they have to do all of this to come to work, even if they got to take 15 buses, walk 2 miles, catch a bicycle, and then, you know, bicycle 18 miles to come to the office, they actually would not care about that, because it's the love and respect that you're actually instilling inside of them by doing these 3 things right here that I'm recommending. Now, again, this is only if you really care about your employees. You know, you will use this stuff right here if you actually care. Now, if you're the kind of, you know, boss and owner and stuff like that, and you really don't give a shit about your employees, you know, then, you know, don't listen to this and then just do whatever you're currently doing. But if you're the kind of person, and I hope you are, that actually gives a shit about your employees, like you actually care, like how they feel, because you know, like they're your team, like this is your squad, and you actually care, then please implement this right here starting tomorrow immediately, because I guarantee you that you will see a huge difference in your employees' performance. And once you see a huge difference in your employees' performance, you will see a huge difference in your bank account. Now, that about wraps it up for today's video. Until next time, I'll catch you later.